Chain reaction crashes in Kansas City. How one mistake really can lead to many collisions. Car accidents happen every day in Kansas City, but some are far more complex than a simple two-vehicle crash. Train reaction accidents, often called multi-vehicle collisions, are amongst the most dangerous and confusing types of wrecks. They can happen in a matter of seconds, yet leave behind a trail of damaged vehicles, injured drivers and passengers, and a long investigation into who was at fault. Understanding how chain reaction crashes occur, why they are so dangerous, and what steps to take after being involved in one can help Kansas City drivers protect themselves both on the road and in the aftermath of an accident. So first off, what is a chain reaction crash? A chain reaction crash occurs when multiple vehicles are involved in a series of collisions triggered by one initial event. For example, one driver may fail to stop in time and rear end the car in front of them, setting up a ripple effect where several cars behind are also unable to stop. These crashes are especially common in heavy traffic, where vehicles travel close together and sudden stops are frequent. Highways like I-70, I-35, and I-435 in Kansas City see a large number of multi-vehicle collisions, particularly during rush hour when traffic is congested and drivers have little room to maneuver. Some common causes of chain reactions in Kansas City include distracted driving. One of the most frequent causes of multi-vehicle accidents is distracted driving. When a driver is looking at a phone, adjusting the radio, or just not paying attention, they may fail to notice traffic slowing or stopping ahead. The result is a collision that quickly involves multiple vehicles. Also, speeding and following too closely. Tailgating is especially dangerous in Kansas City stop and go traffic. When drivers don't leave enough distance between their car and the one in front, they have little time to react if traffic suddenly slows. Once the first collision occurs, cars behind often have no choice but to crash into the pile. Weather and road conditions. Whether it be rain, fog, snow, or ice, there are frequent culprits of chain reaction crashes. Kansas City winters bring icy bridges, slick highways, while spring and summer storms can reduce visibility. When drivers fail to adjust their speed for weather conditions, even a small mistake can spiral into a multi-car wreck. Aggressive driving. Aggressive driving behaviors such as weaving between lanes, speeding through yellow lights, or slamming on the brakes often trigger chain reaction collisions. Drivers who make sudden or reckless moves can create dangerous situations where others have no time to react. Highway congestion. Kansas City highways do carry heavy traffic during mornings and evening rush hour. With vehicles traveling closely at high speeds, all it takes is one sudden stop or lane change to set off a chain of impacts. So why is it that chain reaction crashes are so dangerous? Well, multi-vehicle accidents tend to cause more severe injuries and property damage than a single or two-car crash. And some of the reasons include multiple impacts. Drivers and passengers may be hit more than once as the chain of the collision unfolds. Also, high speeds. On highways, chain reaction crashes often occur at high speeds, magnifying the force of impact. Trapped vehicles, cars caught in the middle of chains, have little chance to escape and often suffer the worst damage. Confusion at the scene. With so many vehicles involved, victims may be disoriented and emergency responders may have to sort through the chaotic scene. Because of these factors, chain reaction crashes often lead to serious injuries such as whiplash, broken bones, spinal cord injuries, and traumatic brain injuries. Determining fault in a Kansas City car accident case can be difficult. One of the most complicated aspects of a chain reaction crash is figuring out who's at fault. Unlike a simple rear-end collision, where responsibility may often be clear, multi-vehicle accidents involve a web of drivers, actions, and contributing factors. In many cases, there may be more than one driver that shares responsibility. Just some examples. The first driver may have been distracted and caused the initial impact. The other drivers may have been following too closely, failing to maintain a safe stopping distance. Also, a driver further back may have been speeding and unable to avoid joining the pileup. Insurance companies and investigators often rely on police reports, witness statements, and accident reconstructionists to piece together what happened. In Missouri, the law follows a system of comparative fault, meaning each driver may be assigned a percentage of responsibility. This makes documentation and evidence gathering essential for anyone involved in a Kansas City chain reaction accident. So what to do after a chain reaction crash? Being caught in a chain reaction accident can be overwhelming. Here are some important steps that you can take immediately afterwards. One is to check for injuries. Make sure you're safe and the safety of your passengers is a first priority. Call emergency help if needed. Move to safety if possible. If vehicles can be moved out of traffic without risk, doing so may prevent further collision. Also, call the police. A police report is crucial in a multi-vehicle accident. Accidents will then be documented, and the scene and the witness statements can all be taken. Document the accident. Taking photos of all the vehicles, road conditions, and any visible injuries is really important. Make sure to collect names, contact detail, and insurance information from the other drivers. Also, seek medical treatment, even if the injuries seem minor. Symptoms like whiplash or concussion may not appear right away. Notify your insurance company, reporting the accident promptly, but avoid making statements about fault until the facts are all clear. Consult with a personal injury attorney. Because fault and chain reaction crashes can be so difficult and complex, legal guidance can help protect your rights and ensure fair compensation. Protecting your rights after a Kansas City chain reaction accident. Chain reaction crashes often lead to disputes over liability, medical bills, and insurance claims. Injured drivers and passengers may face visits to the hospital, therapy, lost income, and a long recovery. Missouri law allows accident victims to seek compensation for damages when another driver's negligence contributed to the crash. If you're involved in a multi-vehicle accident, protecting your rights means gathering as much evidence as possible, following through with medical treatment, and getting the right legal support to guide you through the claims process. By staying alert, maintaining safe distance, and adjusting to road conditions, Kansas City drivers can reduce the risk of being in a multi-car collision. And for those who do find themselves caught in an accident, knowing the steps to take afterwards can make all the difference in protecting your health, finances, and legal rights. We're here if you need us. Give us a shout if you're involved in an accident.